is global warming?
Global warming is a gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere, generally attributed to the greenhouse effect caused by increased levels of carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and other pollutants. What is the effects of global warming? The effects of global warming are the ecological and social changes caused by the rise in global temperatures. There is a scientific consensus that climate change is occurring, and that human activities are the primary driver. Carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuel burning power plants. CO2 emissions come from electricity production, and burning coal accounts for 93% of emissions from the electric utility industry. Every day, more electric gadgets flood the market, and without widespread alternative energy sources, we are highly dependent on burning coal for our personal and commercial electrical supply. Second, carbon dioxide emissions from burning gasoline for transportation. With our population growing at an alarming rate, the demand for more cars and consumer goods means that we are increasing the use of fossil fuels for transportation and manufacturing. With our population growing at an alarming rate, the demand for more cars and consumer goods means that we are increasing the use of fossil fuels for transportation and manufacturing. Our consumption is outpacing our discoveries of ways to mitigate the effects, with no end in sight to our massive consumer culture. Methane emissions from animals, agriculture such as rice paddies, and from Arctic seabeds. Methane is another extremely potent greenhouse gas, ranking right behind CO2. When organic matter is broken down by bacteria under oxygen-starved conditions, anaerobic decomposition, as in rice paddies, methane is produced. The process also takes place in the intestines of herbivorous animals, and with the increase in the amount of concentrated livestock production, the levels of methane released into the atmosphere is increasing. Another source of methane is methane clathrate, a compound containing large amounts of methane trapped in the crystal structure of ice. As methane escapes from the Arctic seabed, the rate of global warming will increase significantly.
Deforestation, especially tropical forests for wood, pulp, and farmland. The use of forests for fuel, both wood and for charcoal, is one cause of deforestation. But in the first world, our appetite for wood and paper products, our consumption of livestock grazed on former forest land, and the use of tropical forest lands for commodities like palm oil plantations contributes to the mass deforestation of our world. Forests remove and store carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and this deforestation releases large amounts of carbon, as well as reducing the amount of carbon capture on the planet.
Increase in usage of chemical fertilizers on croplands. In the last half of the 20th century, the use of chemical fertilizers, as opposed to the historical use of animal manure, has risen dramatically. The high rate of application of nitrogen-rich fertilizers has effects on the heat storage of cropland. Nitrogen oxides have 300 times more heat-trapping capacity per unit of volume than carbon dioxide. and the runoff of excess fertilizers creates dead zones in our oceans. In addition to these effects, high nitrate levels in groundwater due to over-fertilization are cause for concern for human health. Rise in sea levels worldwide. Scientists predict an increase in sea levels worldwide due to the melting of two massive ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland. However, many nations around the world will experience the effects of rising sea levels, which could displace millions of people. One nation, the Maldives, is already looking for a new home, thanks to rising sea levels.
Hey yo! It's how we warm the world.
Seas will rise.
High temperature,
Greenhouse gases.
provide and heat
In the atmosphere.
right from the sun.
The temperatures
Will rise.
trapped in atmosphere.
Heat and light
Heat never gets out.
just in
Can cause life to be there.
greenhouse effect.
Greenhouse effect. Without it, the earth,
Will freeze
like a big wall,
hold in heat
but pollution and gases,
to the sky,
trapping more heat, cause temperature rise. Greenhouse effect.
We can't afford to wait.
Planting trees,
Recycle is the way.
riding buses,
Carpooling together we stop global warming. Greenhouse effect, temperature rise, may cause us lot of damages. People burning the fossil fuels, the greenhouse gases cause CO2. It's a wicked and wilting, affecting life environment, carry out gay in the world's oceans. People cannot believe what it becomes.
Greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect. Together we stop global warming. Together we stop global warming. Together we stop global warming. Together we stop global warming.